Welcome back. I hope you worked part 1 and found out I have added a timer for you to help you make it a lot easier for you. Please see part 2 not just as a follow-up but an expansion to part 1, as that part will stay with you to get things done. To start, I like to ask you to click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when a new video is uploaded. I like to support you with my videos so you will greatly benefit from them. All I ask is for you to help me grow my channel, so feel free to share this video on your Facebook. The more people subscribe and view the videos, the more we can help each other. You may not realize how important subscribers like yourself are to me and how much taking that simple step is appreciated. Without you, there would not be YouTube channels. Thank you very much for your help. How much money do you really need? The next step we are going to take is find out what your monthly costs really are. The easiest way to do that is to go through your bank history. Knowledge is power. How much money do you really need? What are your true expenses? Let's start making a list of all the bills you have. The easiest way to do that is to go through your bank account and see where the money went. Write down wherever the money went, like a utility bill, subscriptions, etc. You may find yourself in a place you didn't even realize some bills are for things you don't really need at all. Write down all your bills. If you have your list complete, look at what you really need and what you can do without. Are you overpaying for your bills? Can you get better deals? Once you have your list of bills written down, you can go over them and see what you really need, and what you can do without. It's very possible that you have been paying for things you could have gotten a much better deal. Like your internet subscription, how long ago did you sign that contract? Is it already due for renewal? Go do some research and find out if you can get a better deal on that. In other cases, you might want to stop paying for a service you don't use or really need anymore. Maybe take a look at your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, you probably could get a better deal now if you take a new interest rate which has been dropping for the past few years. Are you still paying the old rate? Saving every penny? Money disappears quickly. How much less will you be spending today? Working the solution. It may surprise you how you tried to save every penny in your mind, while big chunks of money disappeared on way overpriced services you once signed up for. Let's go over your list. Let's see one by one which you don't need and what it will save you at the end of the day. This process may take you a couple of days, but this is working the solution to change your life. It's a simple given: spend less than you make. What are your total expenses now? Get rid of unnecessary bills. Look carefully at each and every one of them. Once you are done, you will know your true expenses. Monthly to weekly. What are your total expenses now? Let's get rid of unnecessary bills, some you really don't need or you are paying way too much. Can you get a better deal or even get rid of the bill entirely? Look carefully at each and every one of them, and think if you can do anything about it. I'm not yet talking about all the bills you currently have stacked up, and how to deal with those. That will come in another video, but we will deal with those. When you have gone over your list, you now know what your true expenses are every month. Now let's see what your weekly costs are. If you know your monthly costs, you can calculate your annual costs. Divide that number by 52, and you will know how much you will need to make every week from now on to stay on the zero line. No growth yet, but no more lacking in payments either. This is the golden rule for now. If you make way less than you are spending, go over your list again, and reduce the costs by whatever you are spending it on. Weekly expenses. Reduce or gain. Positive versus negative balance. Now that you know your weekly expenses, you know what you have to do every week to maintain a zero balance. You should either reduce the expenses or gain more money to cover basics. You have to make sure you will get that weekly minimum cash. If you do not make that money, you will create a negative balance. If you are making more than the expenses, you have a positive balance. This is what we aim for. If you are in a negative balance situation, you need to start to make more money. Do not procrastinate, as that will make your situation much worse, as it might have gone already. Let's turn this thing around for you today. Bank account. Daily transfers. Food and clothing. Gas money. You now know your weekly expenses. Keep that number in mind. If possible, open a separate bank account. Make sure new money coming in will go to that bank account. Now that you know your weekly expenses and have a new bank account while the old one has all the automated transfers, you can now transfer a daily or weekly amount from your new bank account to your old account. This way you always know if you are still on track and have enough to maintain basic costs. Now you have to determine what you will spend on food, clothing per day. Make sure you do not spend more than your daily amount. If you decide that it has to be $5, then do not spend more than $5. If you are receiving gas money to travel to work, make sure you make separate that money. That money is not for daily expenses, but for gas only, and if you have cash left, that will go to maintenance. That way you will always have enough money for gas and no need to worry about it anymore. If possible, put it in a sub-account at your bank. We have covered a lot today. Let's start. Thank you. We have covered a lot of tasks today, so let's not get ahead of ourselves and skip steps to take next. Let's go with what we have talked about for today. This is already a huge step into your future. Now it is up to you to take action and go do step by step. Let's not make it too difficult but stay with the program. For now, I thank you for your time and energy. TEF is covered in part 1. I also added a timer for you to use, as you can find in the list of my videos. Keep video 1 and the timer with you as a constant reminder not to slip back in what got you here in the first place. I will see you in the next video. You are doing very well. To your success, Hans Stam.